I thought that I could speak, but I couldn't. I just blurred speech. I couldn't move. I was completely bedridden, bedbent, and dependent on others to lift me off bed with a hoist, and from a chair back onto a bed. I was totally dependent on the nursing staff for all the cares when I was in hospital for the first couple of weeks. My parents, my dad's from Whakaofo in Tokelau, and my mother's from Savaii in Western Samoa. My dad came to New Zealand first in 1959, and then we followed a year after. And we all stayed in Wellington until we moved out to Poru in 1961. The first time that they came in and I saw my girl, and she looked at me and said, you'll be right, Dad. And I think it was then that I sort of really said to myself, you got to pull out of whatever, feeling sorry for yourself or whatever, but you've got to, get yourself better for them. So I started doing little bits of things when the physio would come in, Mr. Iawhiri, you can't do this or you can't do that. I would push myself to get, I'd push myself to try and get out of bed. And that first night I actually fell off the bed trying to get out of bed. So the second week I was in hospital, I think I was on my feet. I started walking, or just jostling across the room or across to the chair. And I just felt great. And I told her when she came in, I was actually trying to show off at the stage when she came in, look what I can do, and seeing the look on my daughter's face when she saw that I could start moving. Well, that was she was, big smile on her face, and that was motivation, for me. I think physio is a really important part now of my getting better.
You can feel that stretch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's comfortable?
Yep.
Yeah. So always stay comfortable. Never do anything that hurts, all right? Okay. That's the golden rule. Or if you're feeling really, really tired and exhausted with it, then that's working too hard. We want to work at a pace where you're comfortable, working hard but comfortable. It's really very much a case of me doing things with you today to give you ideas of what your body can do, and then you taking those away, practicing them at home in your own environment. Anywhere you are, you can keep practicing these things. Okay. You're just sending lots and lots of messages to and from your brain to remind your body of what it needs to do and what it needs to feel. Can you feel anything going on in that left leg at the moment?
I can feel my left calf.
Okay, good. Okay, just relax the arms. And then sit down nice and slowly. Really slowly, so you're controlling it all the way. Excellent. That's great. Now that is so much better than last week when I came to see you, because when you got out of your chair at home, you had your right foot forward and you went like that to get out of your chair. So basically the left leg didn't do anything at all last week when you were getting out of a chair. So you've obviously really been working on that. That is a huge improvement.
My wife used to come in and she used to massage, all the side, which was all paralysed or numb. I can't feel the side.
When I was pressing down hard, too hard, he was saying, "Oh, that's sore," and I said, "Oh, the better." So, there's a lot of moaning there for her. He hated me for that, but I just pushed myself. No, I gotta do this. Get my husband back on his movements back, and So every day, I go in morning, give him a massage, a rub, and afternoon, evenings, before he goes to sleep.
My family used to be traditional healers. When you're massaging, it just makes the blood circulate better. That's how I sort of look at it. And getting the blood circulating, and so they can, better recovery. Pushed me to sleep, I think. My wife would encourage me every day, "Come on, dear, you got to do this, you got to do that." But, I feel it's really up to me. So the goals that I've set myself are the goals which will only eventuate if I push myself. They're also going to push me by not doing things that that by not pushing me in some corner and saying, "Wait there, I'll do that for you," or my kids saying, "Oh, don't worry about it, Dad, we'll get that for you." That I don't want, because I'm not going to get better if I allow my family to start doing things for me. Then I'm not only being unfair for them, but I'm doing myself an injustice. It's going to be triple the time to get better if I only just work out in the hospital. I don't think it's enough. The more you do, without pushing yourself to overtiredness, it's important to do things at home so you can get better quickly. So it's it's going to be hard, man. I know it's going to be a struggle, and at times my wife's going to be unhappy with me because my fuses can become really short at times if I can't do the things I want to do. But we'll work those things through. It has been quite hard on her.
It has. Mm.
But I've tried to compromise, not to be too demanding. And still, she's had you've had a couple of games of golf. That wasn't too bad.
Well, he sent me out there to get rid of me.
Get rid of her, says moping around the house.
Right on his back. You can't do this, you can't do that. So, yeah. So, which is good, I needed that time out. Yeah, which made me feel good.
My diet before the stroke probably consists of every Sunday, there's taro, corned beef, chicken, and pork chops, and we were brought up on that. To me, that's normal. That's the sort of food that I enjoy, and I know a lot of Pacific Islanders, do as well. But after having the stroke and being told in the hospital that may have resulted in me having a stroke because of the fatty foods that I was having. I wasn't having any healthy foods. So in that sense, I have changed the way that I'm eating. I'm not eating any more fatties, no more corned beef, there's no more pork chops. Which is hard at times.
Now, when I go and do the shopping, I just get less fatty food and just get more veggies and when I cook up our meals, it's less amount that I cook.
Saves a bit of money too.
Yes, a lot of money. It's plenty of money.
Thank you.
He has lost heaps of weight.
I used to have summer clothes and winter clothes, because in the summer I used to eat like buggery, and in the winter I used to start, go for runs, and I used to lose a bit of weight. Now I can fit the ones I never used to fit. I've had them sitting in there for probably a couple of years.
Yeah. Had them in bags, getting ready to chuck them out. So got to get those back out now.
I used to see my dad in the kitchen all the time because they were both working. My mother used to be a cook, and she used to do the same thing as what the hours that Mary's doing now. And I remember him when I was younger in the kitchen cooking. So I must have got this from somewhere. You don't just automatically inherit this dishwashing thing, do you? And you're certainly not born with it. I don't think I would have been able to, cope without the support of all my family. I couldn't get out the first couple of weeks I was here. They'd come around and pick me up, take me out. And, even if it's to go and watch golf or something, or watch rugby or whatever it was, which I really appreciated. My friends have been really good. They've come in to see me in hospital. When they heard about it, they've been in there. They've always been there for me. They've popped around, said hello, how you going? Are you all right for a game of golf? Or, no, I'm not. So that's the downside to it when they come around and they're giving me a hard time. Come on, let's go for a round, or. That's the hardest part, but no, it hasn't been hard at all. Keeping in contact with them, they've been they've been fantastic. I couldn't see on my left eye to drive. Some strange reason, with the way that things had been going with my rehabilitation. My eyesight has started coming back, really well. So I went down for a driving assessment. He was quite happy with the way that I went, and I was able to get my car licence back. Unfortunately, that's not the same with my commercial licence. I understand that there's normally a stand-down period before you can get assessed to get that back. But I'm getting around, so I'm back driving again, so I'm quite happy with it. It was pretty tough at first, just getting the balance walking around the golf course. One day I'd just walk, next day I'd be walking with a golf club, the next day I'll be walking with a golf club and just trying to swing it, and just trying to hold it with my, with the side which is still paralysed. It's been a while since you've done this, eh? Yeah. Just make sure you don't forget to follow your knee over. Eventually get into a ball after a bit of time, and just trying to hit it. It took a few shots before I could get it onto the green. I was nervous just about standing up straight when you took a swing. It was pretty tough, especially when people are there looking at you. So it was quite tough.
That was a great shot.
But each time that you went out, things start, just got, it gets easier. I'll probably miss it 10 times and hit 1 out of 10. And on a par 4, it'll probably take me 20 shots to get onto the green. But it was just a walk, I think. The walk and keeping my body moving and keeping my arm moving all the time, which I think helped. I'm getting better and better every day. There's always something that I feel better, or something that I can feel that's improving. I want to turn pro. I like to be able to play to my 10 handicap. I'm finding it really difficult at the moment, but you know, I'm hitting the ball. That's the main thing, and I'm getting out there with the lads. And I'm starting to get back out in there and enjoying it. I think that's a bonus, really.
I needed that for a win.
Well, the work question, I've taken that pretty hard because, you know, we were just so used to having, you know, if the kids come, you know, Dad, we've got to have this, you know, we've got to pay for this, you know, we've got to pay for that. It was so easy, you know, to give the money because we've had it. We've, you know, both of us working.
And, you know, I was saying to myself, you know, how are we going to pay our bills? And, you know, just my income coming in, it's not going to help. I mean, it's paying our bills, but will the kids, too, they're missing out on the things that they used to ask for, they used to get. Yeah, a lot.
I think we'll have to learn the cutback scheme and doing a lot of things. Hey?
Yes.
You know, we've sat down and we've talked about it, and it's going to be hard in the next 2-3 months. But there'll be something out there. I've sort of explored all the things that I could do, and there's quite a lot of things that I could do. I'm not going to be too proud of what I look for, so long as it's going to be something, you know. I've just got to be positive. If it happens, if I get back to the same job, man, I'll be wrapped, because, you know, it's good money. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to find something else. First steps first, we'll deal with that when it comes, but tomorrow is a day with the the WINS people, and to try to get some income back into the home to try and help us with a few things. We had already obligated ourselves to a lot of the bills that we had when I was working. You know, we found ourselves quite in a lot of trouble really by when I had the stroke financially, and WINS stepped in and gave us a helping hand. So they were, you know, they had been fantastic in doing that. But, you know, like I said, we had to ask. You know, we asked all the questions. They never told us this is available for you. So it was only because that we asked all these questions that we were able to get a lot of that help. What I've been talking about with Mary about the options that I could do if I shouldn't get back into driving. And I met up with my nephew who works for Southbound Engineering. And he said, "Oh, pity you didn't have your welding ticket." And told me about the jobs they had there. So I'd rung them, told them about my circumstances. And he said, "Look, mate, if you get your ticket, you can come over here and we'll certainly look at you, because we're always in demand of welders." So that's why I'm here. When I first started, I found it extremely hard. Just in terms of my coordination, getting my balance, because you've got to weld on your feet, and my eyesight still wasn't the best. So those things, made it quite difficult. But it seems to have gotten easier as time went on. Every day is something different, something, I've been able to do something, that I didn't think I was able to do the day before. So I'm quite pleased with that. And my immediate goal after this course is trying to get something, get into employment.
Again, Norry, from here to here, beautiful. Hey, Okay, and again, don't forget our stop start. So we need it to look like that the whole way along, sweet as.
Well, it hasn't affected me that much in terms of my own family. It's just the sort of things that we always normally do. If there's a birthday, in this particular time for my uncle's 80th birthday, everybody takes part. Everybody comes around, they ring you up, to come over, we've got something happening.
Ai whaafutai le tua, mo lau leo leonga, ma lau pui puinga ia te ia.
I'd like to say, Feta, for all your wisdom and your teachings, thank you for being there for me and for my family. I think you're just so fantastic.
Whānau au I a tafu, I toke lau. I le aso sepulu ma le walu o Septemba. I le tausanga e awhi o se laulua sepulu ma le whā. O loo te maa o ia Feta. O loo tina o Waitulu. Sa o langona lava alu o lofa. Awana o waai muai tiu te mo whaiwa o nesi tōna whale mai. Alo. Alo. Ia, mai siria e numero o mo kere lalo valu pera.
O leira a.
Ia ngawa ia.
Kasi, loa, tolu.
The only body who can get Norry better is Norry. I don't want to be, stuck like this for the rest of my life, not being able to do things, not be able to do things with my daughter or go places with my wife because I'm incapable of it. So it's because I love them is why I'm going to push myself more to do things for myself.
You know how much I love you, don't you?
Yeah, I know that.
I couldn't have gone through this without you.